Are they? Can you put into words what the feeling was like today when you found out that these kids that have worked so hard all season get to go to the postseason?
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously thrilled for the student athletes, for the players. I mean, and when you watch what they did this season, I mean, they played hard all season, and frankly, they've exceeded expectations. So it's a great opportunity for them. It was good to hear them talking about how excited they were about it. And I know for Coach to tell them at the airport was special. So it's it's a good day. It's a good day.
This doesn't happen very often with the NCAA. Were you surprised at all at their finding the result?
Well, you're right. It doesn't happen very often. I really didn't know, until this morning early this morning, which way it was going to go. I was hopeful. I thought we had a good case, and I was hopeful, but I wasn't shocked, but I was just I was very pleased and happy.
What did the conversation go like? You can elaborate a little bit with them. Did they tell you why it took so long that they waited till the 25th?
Well, we got an email. We get an email, so there wasn't really any conversation.
What have the last couple of weeks been like? Have you guys gotten any kind of indication?
They said it would be we would hear shortly, and we were hoping that shortly meant before Saturday. We let them know that on Saturday is kind of a deadline for us to determine if we're going to the postseason this year. Our concern was if we found out after that, we probably wouldn't have gone to this postseason because we just couldn't have risked a postseason ban next year and losing junior transfers again. That would have been really devastating to the program.
How sure were you that this was going to come down the way it did? Because from the very beginning, when you knew that you had to argue this, that something might have been wrong based on the old structure that they used, how sure were you?
That it was going to happen?
Yeah.
Well, I knew we had I knew when we won the appeal, I was very sure. I didn't think you could. So what happened since then made me question, really. I honestly, I was 50-50. I was 50. I was hopeful. I think what Iran said is really true. I am very proud of this is a whole team effort. Obviously, it starts with the players in Iran, but from our legal to our whole team, to our outside counsel, to everyone that compliance. There's so many people that are involved in it. I think that we did a good job, and I think we did it the right way, to quote Iran.
It's got to put a strain on Hawaii fans, though, now that this is coming up so soon.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. It is for the Big West. This has been tough for them, and you got to feel for the big team who won't be going now, who they were planning to go. So Hawaii usually represents. We sell more tickets than anybody else, even though we're 2,500 miles away. We have the best attendance usually at the Big West tournament. So now people have a couple days' notice, so it is going to be tough. I still think that we'll represent well because I think that's just who Hawaii is. But I think there's a lot of people who would have gone that will not be able to go.
Did you have a chance to kind of pour through the extended NCAA release or the breakdown, the final report?
I did. I don't know if I remember it all, but I did.
My follow-up to that is their rationale or reasoning why the Committee on Infractions ultimately lessened the punishment on you guys kind of had something to do with how long it took. They used that as a mitigating factor, how long the appeals committee took to get back to you guys. Was that surprising that ended up being like a reason for you guys getting some relief?
Repeat that again.
Yeah, the Committee on Infractions used like the year-plus length of time since your appeal initially went out as a mitigating factor to lessen your punishment. They maintained that the new penalty structure was the right one to use on you guys, but that the length of time was ultimately a mitigating factor as to lessen your penalties.
Yeah, I don't know if I see it that way necessarily. I have to go back and review it to make sure, because I didn't realize that was they gave us mitigation because of the length of it. I must have missed that. I think the big question was, do we use the old matrix or the new matrix? And it happened. I think the old matrix is when the infraction, when the penalties, the iPad and the rental car issues happen. I think the things that happened afterwards were not penalties, but the way, I guess it was the veracity of some of the witnesses. So I'd have to review that. I'm not really sure. It's a good question, though. I'll go back and look at it.
Cool.
Good.
Good.
Cool.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thanks,
congratulations.
guys. Thanks very much.